You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here.
3, 2, 1.
We are gathered here as advisors, as scientists.
The kind of place we expect a ghost to like to wander around.
Hey, we all know that we're gonna die, baby.
I'll help you. I'm something of a witch.
Welcome to Mission Spooky. I'm your fantastic host, JC. With me today, as per usual, the queen of everything herself. Whatever one of you wants to take the title. Honestly, Cord, Kiki, you're both the queen of everything. Fight over it.
I'll be the enthusiast today.
Okay.
Yeah. I only needed it once. I needed to taste the power.
Taste the power. I'm eating a cupcake.
With me today, as per usual, the queen of everything herself, Kiki, and our local cryptid enthusiast, Cord. But we also have Logan from Kiki. Do his intro.
Damn it. Man, if you guys don't know who the hell Logan is by now, dear
Logan
listeners,
from,
come on. Lost Legends, Tales of Thurne, and
The Thing, you know.
and Godzilla Destroy All podcasts.
And the crowd goes mild.
Wild.
Woo, that was the best intro.
You're welcome. I do what I can. I barely remember the intro I'm supposed to do. For the love of me, I can't remember guests.
He's only done it about 72 times. But...
I'm glad you remember my name at least. Like I was half expecting to have to say, yeah, my name's Logan, I'm not Ben or whoever.
Well, I follow you on TikTok, so I know you're Logan, but
Well, and I'm TikTok famous with a whopping 1,500 followers.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
So
that's like
make it rain.
1,493 more than what I have.
Oh.
You
Someday.
dang kids, you dang kids and your newfangled social medias.
That's great, Core. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's almost like I play a lot of old men in Dungeons and Dragons. What? Oh my god.
I think I got it up.
There's a hairball in that one.
Our queen has caught the plague.
It was a cupcake.
Death by cupcake.
Makes sense. Queen eating the cupcake. Death by cupcake. Let them eat cake. Let them choke on cake.
I have a friend who got a piece of a chicken sandwich stuck in his lung, and it collapsed his lung, and he had to go in the hospital for 3 weeks just recently.
My
so
God.
Careful with that cupcake, Kiki.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. I ate it. I think I'm okay. It was a small piece.
This is kind of a dumb story, but back when I was a gross monster of a human being, I accidentally swallowed an entire Tostitos scoop sideways.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not on purpose. Obviously, I had to give myself the Heimlich maneuver. I was like, "Oh no, I'm dying." Uh-oh. The chips, they've betrayed me.
So how'd you give it to yourself? You just slam yourself into a chair?
Yeah.
Oof.
I've been trained from a very young age on first aid and stuff like that. So I knew what to do.
Oh, you're a medicine man.
Well, no, but I like to at least know a little bit in case somebody loses an arm in the woods or something. Just, oh shit.
It's a genuine fear of mine because I live alone. So it's man, every time I'm eating, I'm kind of rolling the dice here. If I choke, that could be game over, brother.
There's a couple easy ways to do it. I used a chair. The chair was the easiest way.
I'm going to look that up. You have to teach me. Teach me your ways of first aid, Cord.
Okay. Speaking of choking, don't eat apples whole, right?
I thought you were going to make a Tom Brady joke.
What? No. Who watches football? We're nerds.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out
Come
of
on. What the fuck?
I was trying to transition into the subject
Oh
my
apples.
God.
Yeah, apples.
Yes.
Oh
okay,
my god.
I
got it, Cord.
Wow.
I got it. Wow. Kiki,
Let's try that again. Speaking of choking.
Wait, it's going to be at the Flyers, right? Are we? They're sucking.
No,
so
it's
bad.
apples.
No,
oh my
don't-
god, Kiki, you're
Oh
terrible.
my fucking god. Are you kidding me?
We have to put her down.
All right. Take 3. Click. Speaking of choking, don't eat apples whole.
It's me. I'm the one that's choking.
Yeah. Again, on a cupcake, but we're talking about choking on apples.
Because apples bring us to what we plan on talking about today.
After the sponsor.
It's the Hey, Spookster Squad. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify yet, maybe you've been hunkered down in the deep woods keeping an eye on a Bigfoot structure. Anyway, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need in one place, which is really handy when you've got cryptid audio that needs to be out there to the public as quickly as possible. See, Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or even a computer. Anchor also helps distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more, so you have extra time to get searching for that lake monster. You know they're all out there. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor's totally free. This means more money for cryptid hunting equipment. So go download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. But Twitch.
It only took 5 tries, but we got it, guys.
Welcome back.
Oh.
You know, I always wonder what it would be like to work on SNL with Lorne Michaels and stuff.
Yo,
I'm really getting a sense here.
we're funny and professional. That's how.
Oh, man. I discovered something today that I absolutely cannot wait to talk about because it makes no sense at all to me right now. I'm still trying to figure it out. And it's definitely related to, what we're talking about. Also,
The Albatwitch.
oh God, the picture, it just
Go on.
it's well, okay, so let's just do a quick intro here. So first of all, Logan is here because in a couple weeks we're going to be dropping our Cord versus Cryptid, and he's taking on the Albatwitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Logan was our guest DM again for that one. So we thought we'd take a moment and actually talk about the Albatwitch because it was briefly mentioned. So episode 50, Timothy Renner came on. Most people would say that he's a cryptid expert here in Pennsylvania. He likes to make sure that he's cryptid enthusiast of Pennsylvania. So we mentioned the Albatwitch when we're talking about Bigfoot in Pennsylvania. And so today we're going to go a little bit deeper into what these little guys are, what some of their capabilities supposedly are. And Logan's along for the ride because he helped us out with the episode for Cord vs. Cryptid, so he knows a little bit. You just come on in whenever you want to. I didn't expect you to do heavy research.
But he did, and it's 18 pages.
It's an 18-page survey of the Albatwitch in Pennsylvania,
He found one.
in Columbia County.
I drove to Columbia.
He sat down and had an interview.
Yeah.
He made an apple pie for it, too.
So, let's start with the name Albatwitch. That's a weird name. What's it mean? It means...
Apple snitch.
There we go. Thanks, Cord. You get a point.
Literally translates to apple snitch from...
It's PA Dutch, right?
Uh,
Or is it just Dutch?
But there's also people who will say it means apple witch.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
I'm not sure because I don't know the language.
Oh my God.
I like Apple Witch. I think that has a nice ring to it, actually.
Yeah. I mean, either way.
I assume an apple witch would make really good, like, apple cider and hard apple cider.
Well, it sounds like a weird sandwich you would get somewhere.
Oh, I'd
An
eat
Albatwitch.
it. Yeah, I'd eat that.
That's what you call like the peanut butter and apple sandwiches. Apple.
Oh, I'd fuck that up.
Guys, I just came up with a fucking brilliant idea. Side note, we actually should make meals based off of like certain cryptids that like this one, right? That like food is involved, like actual food, right? And then we experiment and we make sure it works right. And then we give it to Sterling to make.
Who's Sterling?
Logan knows. what I'm talking about.
Sterling is a member of my podcast and becoming a pretty successful streamer on
Yes,
Twitch
he is.
also.
Yeah. I'll be like, here, make this.
Just
It's an apple sandwich with fucking cheese in it. No, it'd be good. No, see, I'm thinking about it.
I was imagining hummus on an Apple Witch for some reason.
if
I was
that's
thinking Swiss cheese and apple. Sorry, go ahead.
If that's something we implement, then I'm going to greatly look forward to the day that we do the chupacabra and just implement goat blood into whatever we're doing.
Goat blood. Hell yeah.
So in my mind, the squonk, it's got to be like ham, right?
Yeah.
Or is
'cause
it
looks
just
like
a
a
cup
little
of
pig.
water? No, it's got to be a
Oh,
cup of
yeah.
water.
Boiled ham. No, it's boiled ham.
Oh.
Because it's water and ham.
That would be good too, but also probably not good tasting. I don't know. I've never had boiled ham.
So,
Oh my god.
anyway,
yeah, sorry.
let's move on.
You can tell Sterling we're joking. We're joking. I'm not gonna make him make awful things that I make up in my kitchen. Although I don't know, he might think that's funny. Yeah.
He might. He's not a huge paranormal fan though, so I'm not sure
Mm.
if he'd be down or not. But
Honestly, neither am I.
Oh my god.
Right? JC's like, I hate the paranormal. Stupid.
Well, it's scary.
Oh boy. TikTok videos again. Anyway.
The Albatwitch is named the Apple Snitch specifically because of its common trait of stealing and also sometimes throwing apples at people that it doesn't like.
Yes. I too enjoy throwing apples at people that I don't like.
kindred spirits, really.
An
Yes.
apple put a nice shiner on somebody. Don't ask me how I know that. They're a lot harder than people think they are when they're flying through the air.
I'm actually also under 5 feet tall, so I'm wondering if I'm just not an Albatwitch.
Interesting.
Uh,
Yes, another fact. Whilst Albatwitch are very Bigfoot-like, they are said to only be about 4 feet tall.
A small squatch.
Yes, a tiny squatch. Comparatively to pretty much any other Bigfoot type that I've personally heard of. 4 foot is extremely small.
Kiki, did you say you're under 5 foot or 4 foot?
I'm under 5 feet. I'm 4'11".
Okay. All right.
She's an actual.
Well, you're not an actual Albatwitch, then I was going to wonder. Like, all right.
No. I guess I got a little bit of height on them, but But I do like to scare people on picnic tables by jumping out at them and then throwing apples. So I'm just saying. Maybe it's me.
It's what you do every Arbor Day, right? That's your Arbor Day celebration.
Absolutely.
White Arbor Day.
Because it's the most random holiday I can think of.
Fair enough.
Well, it's woodsy. So yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, you plant trees and stuff on Arbor Day, right?
I mean,
You are correct, sir. We figured it out. So case closed. I'm the Albatwitch. Everybody can go home now. We got
Okay,
it.
so
We got it
Albatwitches
settled.
are archaeologists.
Yes, that are
Right.
under 4 feet tall and like scare people by jumping out of them from the woods and throwing apples. It's just me, guys.
right.
And likes D&D.
Uh,
I don't know about that one.
yeah, that was pretty tough. So the truth is, though, we don't know the truth about this guy. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm just going to get this out of the way. Here's what I did. I was thinking to myself, what the hell could it be? Is it something possible extinct now? Was there some sort of ape here? Like, did I miss something? Is there something I don't know about? So I typed in the words Albatwitch, mistaken animal, right? Wondering if there's anybody out there who also had the same theory that perhaps it's just either an animal that's been roughed up and it's popping out of people at night, so they're a little scared. They can't see right. They think it's this thing, but it's actually just a scruffy dog that's like jumped up,
And threw an apple at them.
Well, just sans the apple thing. Let's leave that aside. Okay. Let's just try to figure out what the hell this thing is first. And then we'll figure out why it throws things afterwards. It's kind of like my child. Why are you throwing things? I don't know.
Do people say it's an owl? Because I'm going to flip my shit if they say it's an owl.
No, it got fucking weird. Okay. So I find this thing called the Albatwitch Zoological Survey.
Ooh.
And it's on Facebook and it's on Twitter.
How you know it's good?
You're right. And it has its own website. And it posts things like Native American petroglyph engravers morphological comparison of bipedal human with bipedal Albatwitch with quadruped fisher. So it's a petroglyph. This person says that Native American petroglyph that morphology compares with the anatomy and footprints of a bipedal human on the left and the bipedal Albatwitch on the right.
I'm kind of dumb. Petroglyph, is that like a stone statue or something?
It's like painted rock.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
it's like cave paintings. Think cave painting. Now, I'm looking at this cave painting thing. It's like a redo of it, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't see anything that looks like specifically an Albatwitch or a human, but that's okay. I also noticed they go into great detail about copyright, like this title of the picture is under fair use, yada yada. I'm like, oh my god, okay, whatever. So I keep scrolling down, and then there's things like attorney's note. Albatwitch Biotechnology LLC protects its own and its customers' trade secrets.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, now hold on. Then it says, although it acquired Albatwitch Zoological Survey October 2nd, 2020, Albatwitch Biotechnology LLC is a bioinformatics broker. I'm so confused.
I feel like you're gonna start explaining NFTs to me soon. Like I don't know what's happening.
Well, I'm out.
And then it says a bioinformatics broker facilitates international trade in genomic science and genetic medicine as an intermediary while assuring intergovernmental regulatory compliance. I'm just like,
So I found the website for that place, and there's a phone number. So I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna call them quick.
oh,
yeah.
Because
yes.
so like I went to contact us, and that's the only page that actually has information. It's info@albatwitch.net, a phone number,
Yes.
and the location is simply Pennsylvania, USA.
Yeah.
And then in qualifications, the website the page is empty. Then distribution, it has some pictures randomly. Two of them are wedding pictures. Like
That makes sense.
stock photo very stock photo. So it's like the website's, let's say, 15% made. So I'm gonna call this number. I'll be right back.
So you guys may be thinking after that rabbit hole, I like little Bigfoot creatures, and I like apples. So if he throws one at me, I can catch it, have a nice bite. Where would I go to experience this? Right?
Oh boy.
You're gonna go to Chickies Rock.
Chickies Rock, spelled CHICKIES, as in a baby chick, and then it owns the rock. It's Chickies Rock.
Lancaster County.
There you go.
Apparently, it's kind of in the woods. That's where Bigfoot creatures usually like to hang out at. So you'll probably have to hike. I haven't personally been there.
You're like, I love the Albatwitch, but I haven't been anywhere near it.
Yes.
It's okay.
Where is this area adjacent to you? Like, in Pennsylvania? Because I think of Pennsylvania, I've been there once, and it was like driving through the mountains. So to me, all of Pennsylvania is mountains.
Lancaster, compared to where I'm at right now, where I live, Lancaster's probably maybe an hour and a half away, depending on where.
A short drive, and you're in Albatwitch country.
Yeah, but Lancaster's very like it's farmlands. It's pretty flat. It's like a valley of PA. So there's very few, if any, mountains there.
Well, there's Chickies Rock.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like not like what he's probably talking about on the west side of PA. Because like even where we're at, like I wouldn't describe this area as mountainous.
Are you fucking kidding me?
If the Appalachian Mountains going straight
I
through our
live on
county,
the
dude.
top of a mountain, and that overlooks the valley, dude.
But we live in Lehigh Valley.
Right, you live in the valley. I live on the mountain that overlooks you peasant!
It's not very mountainous.
We're 30 minutes away from the Poconos, dude. That is
I
a
know.
mountain. It's a giant mountain.
I go over
If you go to
mountain
East
to get into
PA,
Allentown.
if you go into like East PA, like it's a lot more. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being right about stuff, but you guys are wrong. I'm gonna try calling this number again. The first time it went to a voicemail, and it said this Google number is not in use.
I can't believe that we're making
Why not?
this phone
That's
call
what we
right
do,
now.
man.
All right, so
Okay,
Yeah.
so but to answer the question, oh my god, seriously though, but JC's partially right. So here's the thing: Lancaster County though is very huge, right? It encompasses more than just Lancaster.
yeah.
So if you're thinking like Lancaster itself, that is the farmland. That is where the Amish live. That's the horse and buggies, right?
That's where
It's-
Shady Maple is.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we all know Shady Maple.
It's more like rolling hills. It's very nice because my brother lived in Lancaster for like 10 years.
Yep.
So it's like a rolling hills. It's very pretty farmland, right? Where we're at, there is that dichotomy because I'm on a mountain that overlooks the Lehigh Valley. You two guys are kind of considered to be in the valley. You know, like I have to drive down the mountain to get down to you guys.
Yeah.
I'm a much higher elevation.
To grace you with her presence.
Exactly. That's why I'm the queen of everything. Hello.
Pretty much any direction that I drive from my house, I have to go uphill. So.
Yes. Yes. But you are not incorrect. Logan is very Pennsylvania is filled with mountains all over the place.
Lousy with mountains, you could say.
It's lousy with mountains. Exactly. I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so but this area is kind of like a flatter farm area, so could
Part
be
of
good
it is,
hunting
yes.
for apple scrumpers, apple snitchers.
Yeah.
Apple scrumpers.
That's a British term for thief.
Scrumper, yeah. Apple scrumper. So this area would be there's portions of Lancaster that, like I said, is all the farmland. But when they're talking about Lancaster County is also part of Columbia County out there is also Albatwitch country. So that's where more foresty stuff comes in. So there's like that edge there. So it's kind of interesting because if you think about Lancaster itself being more farmland and the apple orchards and stuff, right? That's close by the forest. So it's kind of like they're coming out of the forest once in a while to, mess around in the apple orchards. That's kind of like the vision that I have in my head of that area, but I don't know.
Okay, but like good spot to like if a creature wanted to live there, it would legit be an okay spot to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, totally.
Especially for something like this, because there is a lot of farms and it's pretty rural, so it could easily like make its way through the farmlands and woods, have a pretty decent sized diet because it would just steal whatever food the farmers are growing. I mean, it's famously the apple snitch for stealing apples. It also, one thing I was reading is they will climb up into trees, which I don't really think is like Bigfoot behavior, mainly because Bigfoots are significantly larger.
I've heard some stories.
I've heard some stories, but it's not a common thing with Bigfoots, where it is a common thing with Albatwitches. Now, in my opinion, that's probably just a size difference. It's easier for them to climb into trees. Not as many trees would support a Bigfoot's weight or a Sasquatch's weight, because Sasquatch are usually 8 to 1,100 pounds. Yeah, they're heavy dudes. So a little Albatwitch is probably like, even if they're thick, maybe 150 pounds. Like if they're fat.
The thick witch.
Yeah, the thick witch.
The Alba thick.
Yeah, I was about to say the apple thickness. The Alba thick.
But one thing I came across with my research on the Albatwitch, there's a lot of Native American lore to go with it. There was a tribe, which Kiki, you'll have to help me with the name of the tribe, that had like a drawing of the Albatwitch on their shields and stuff. In the 1800s, right? Well, do you remember the name of the tribe?
That's the Susquehannock.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you 1,000% for that. So that was just interesting. So it's a common lore within this community, which I think brings a little more possible realness to it, especially with like a lot of Native American tribes have different stories of different like hill people and mountain people. So I like the idea that this 4-foot guy is in there too.
That part makes it interesting to me because a lot of people, and this comes from digesting a lot of Tim Renner's material. Check it out. Yeah. A lot of people, especially back in the day, would say if there's like a Bigfoot or an Albatwitch sighting, would be like, oh, it's a gorilla escaped from the zoo or whatever. It's like, well, if it was here before we got here, as far as stories go, the Native Americans weren't handling gorillas in their zoos. You know what I mean? They didn't have chimpanzee exhibits in Pennsylvania before we got here. So that kind of throws that out the window a little bit to me. It makes it a bit more credible.
I'm typing to these guys because on Facebook you can actually just type to the Albatwitch Zoological Survey. So I'm just asking them like, what do they do? Yeah. And please contact us because I'd love you to have, come on the show. Yeah, let's see if they get back to me.
I just don't know what they could be doing. Like what? Once again, their technology page on the website is blank.
Oh my God, JC. Fuck you.
What?
I was right. You had to send a map of the fucking state that we live in.
A topographical map, yeah. And if you
You're-
scroll down, you can see west side of PA is significantly more mountainous than the east side of Pennsylvania, which is what
Oh
I
my
was saying.
God.
And if you look at Lancaster Valley, it's all very flat.
I'm going to mute him. I'm going to mute you.
I'm sorry, I was right.
I'm going to mute you. No, you were saying that where we live didn't have fucking mountains. All right, listen.
And according to this, it really doesn't.
It. Okay.
An argument for another episode.
Yeah. So
So, Cord, you're the new host.
I did it. I'm the new host. I've
you just had to let me be me.
succeeded.
Yeah, right. He would screw himself right into the ground eventually. On their more info page, though, on their Facebook page, it says an exploration of discovery of Albatwitch biotechnology for behavioral study, genomic analysis, taxonomic classification, and preservation of Albatwitch. It's like they are acting as though this is a real thing and they are trying to do like actual research. So that's why I sent them a message.
I feel we can't really do research until we have one.
I feel, well, I mean,
Maybe they do.
it said that they were going to go,
Get one.
well, sure. No, they were going to do an archaeological dig somewhere in search of bones of the Albatwitch. Yeah.
I mean, in some of the research I found, they did act like it was a real thing, and it's like, oh, went extinct in the late 18th century and stuff. So that's, I don't know, maybe there's some credence there. Maybe that's why they're like, hey, it's a real thing. We're going to go dig for this guy and see if we can find his bones.
I think there are still some pretty recent sightings of it. I don't think that necessarily.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna say they're legit because they did, or they were going to have a presentation at the Albatwitch Day in 2020, but then COVID. COVID had canceled that, so they made it known that they were not going to be able to attend that.
Albatwitch Day.
We'll get into that in a second.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, if you spot a cloaked or uncloaked Albatwitch first, send an email to operations@albatwitch.org, just so you guys know about your observation. If it's deemed credible, then the Albatwitch Zoological Survey will buy the exclusive rights to your story.
Okay.
But, and it quotes, if you blab to a reporter, you get 0. And end quote.
A little sus.
Yeah, that's a little strange. So now you may be thinking, another question to yourself. I may enjoy apples and small Bigfoots, but I don't necessarily want to be around one when it's throwing apples at me. Maybe I don't want to get hit in the head. Where can I go to celebrate the experience, or the existence rather, of this Albatwitch without coming in close contact with it? Well, there is a festival.
I love your weird, like, used car salesman pitch here.
Kiki went, you're in charge of this one. And I went, okay.
So tell me more about this festival, Cord, please. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
The Albatwitch Day. It's saying here across the board that it's October 12th. I personally have never been to one because it's kind of far away.
I have October 8th, 2022.
Yes.
October 8th.
Yeah.
It's in October.
Yes.
Right? It's in October.
Yeah.
Usually early October, I guess.
Yeah, we just talked about this literally the other day. Like you and me during pre-soil sessions talk, we were lamenting the fact that, we thought it was further away, but then we did the math and I was like, oh dude, it's only like an hour.
And then we were like, hey, maybe we could just go to it.
Yeah. And then do some live, like a mini live show from it.
Yep. They have entertainment there. They have all kinds of stuff there.
What kind of entertainment, please?
Timothy Renner is usually always there and he plays with his band.
Yes.
Yep. There is a band called Albatwitch. And there's a lot of presenters. So the one year
they kind of have to have a big head about it, right? They're like, this is our festival, right?
They take off their human costumes at the end of the day and walk back into the woods.
Right? I'm just gonna go down this list and like every single thing that they have posted on Facebook, so they know that I'm not like a total whack job.
Do it.
Yeah, because that's how you prove you're not a total whack job, Kiki. You go through the list and like everything they've ever shared. That's how you do it. Oh yeah.
I was being facetious, and also
were you? Because you sounded pretty serious.
I'm specifically liking the ones that have to do with primatology.
Ooh, of course you would, you fucking nerd.
Thank you. A symbiosis between Albatwitch and eastern coyotes.
I'd be into
Yeah.
that.
Right?
We're definitely going. I'm just saying, we're going. JC, don't make plans in October.
You ever been to like a small festival like that for paranormal stuff?
No.
No.
It's wild. I've been to the Van Meter Visitor Festival here in Iowa, and I was setting up a tent because I was selling some stuff, and I set it up, and then before I even set the table, some person comes up to me and she's like, "I saw the Van Meter Visitor today." I'm like, "I've been here 2 minutes, lady. Tell me everything you got about this thing." And she's like, "Oh, just over there in that field." She points to like a vacant field. He was over there just fanning his wings in the sun. And I'm like, "Really? Why don't you go there and say hi?" "Oh, I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to bother him." I'm like, "Oh my goodness." And then about an hour later, we're sitting at the table, and some lady comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, I've talked to Mary Todd and Abraham Lincoln today." I'm like, "God, this is the best thing." I love hearing these people say their experiences, whether you believe them or not. It's definitely fascinating to hear them just talk about it. And I feel like this place would probably be something similar, where there's like palm readers and stuff who want to just tell you a little bit about their life, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm in. We're definitely going. I'll go by my damn self. I don't care. We're going.
I'll go with you, Court. Don't you worry.
I'm sure Jess will come, but I don't know if she'll be nearly as interested as I am in it.
Yeah, if you go, just talk to every person who has a vendor thing that you can, because they're gonna have a story for you.
Sure.
So I also want to point out that thanks to the zoological survey here, the Albatwitch does have a Latin name, which is Pan Chica. Get it? Pan is for the chimpanzee group, and then Chica, Chickies Rock. Yeah, okay, I'm there. So I asked the question if they were legit, because honestly, I didn't know anything about these guys at all. But the more that I'm reading it as I'm actually, recording this, yeah, they seem to be wanting to say that the Albatwitch is definitely, well, let's say in their estimation, the Albatwitch could very well be a species of small ape that has yet to actually be discovered. However, they're also talking about cloaking and camouflage abilities. So there's a little, I'm like, are we talking about woo here? Or are we talking like you think they're just really fucking good at camouflaging themselves? Like a lot of animals, in general. Not, oh God, what if they're like some weird cross species with like fucking squid or the cuttlefish? I mean, it's fucking disappear into the woods. That's messed up.
I feel like I need a couple of tentacles before I'm really willing to make that bet.
That's fair.
Or do you a fan of tentacles?
That's a loaded question, and I'm not prepared to answer it.
I'll answer it. I love tentacles. Tentacles are great.
Back in the day, I wanted to be a marine biologist, so technically, yes.
And then, yes, there's this all, man, I'm trying to stay on point. There's also this interesting concept that with the introduction of the koi wolf that we did talk about as a non-cryptid now, because we know what it is. It used to be referred to as the white wolf of Pennsylvania, but it actually is a new species. It's the northeastern coyote or eastern coyote, which is a cross between a wolf and a coyote. And that the Albatwitch has somehow managed to form a symbiotic relationship with them. Possibly that's why they're hunting together. I don't know. I did not read this article yet because I just found it. So we'll have to look into that.
I'm now interested because I like koi wolves.
I know. They're freaking awesome.
I seen a documentary on them a while ago.
Yeah, it's almost like the genetics took the best parts of both the coyote and the wolf and made like a super predator.
Yes.
That you want to pet because they still look really cute and they'll look like a dog until they don't. And then you're like, oh, fuck.
If not huggable, why hug-shaped?
Right. Yeah, because there was a woman where there was a video that I saw and it was really funny. The woman's like, it's a dog. Oh, look at the cute little, oh, wait, that's not little at all. Oh, shit, I'm out of here.
Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah. So Albatwitch also, as Logan mentioned, has a very long history here in Pennsylvania when it comes to Native American lore or First Peoples lore. I go with exactly what Timothy had said back in the episode that he was on with us, which was the First Peoples knew what they were talking about. So if they're seeing this thing and they're saying things like just disappeared, like it was right in front of us and then all of a sudden it wasn't. It just slipped back into the forest, but is what it seemed like, or it just poof, which just vanished. They weren't stupid. They know what that word means. They know what disappeared means. So it's very similar to the Bigfoot sightings of our First Peoples tribes here as well. So people will often say that this is like a little Bigfoot, but I do believe this is something completely separate, especially since it seems like the Susquehannock were very specific about it. And I personally have not come across other tribes yet who've really talked about it. So it seems like it's very specific to a certain area here in PA.
Right.
Like we don't see Albatwitch sightings like anywhere else other than in this particular area. So we've seen Bigfoot mostly out west too, but some people out here in the east have said that they've come across things, and also dogmen out this way. So it all kind of, I don't know. It's all over the place here in PA. We got all kinds of weird shit.
I had a question. In your limited research, and anyone else, was there possibly a specific time of the year that people found Albatwitch sightings to be more common?
Had to be when the apples were out, at least, right?
Because here's my thought process on that, right? If people say, because I've heard some people say, well, maybe it's just a baby Bigfoot, right? And the whole argument against it is, well, they're really super localized and they're only here. I mean, there are plenty of animals that go to specific spots
Yeah.
to mate. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
maybe Chickies Rock is the place on the East Coast to be if you're a Bigfoot during apple season. Just a thought. That's just a theory.
No, it's actually interesting. Even if you look at it from like the standpoint that they're some kind of primate, it still fits that there'd be like a mating season and maybe they are actual baby Bigfoot.
I mean, I can't exactly prove it wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to talk about these guys. This is why I don't get into cryptids that much, because I feel like there's no solid, like I have nothing to stand on. There's history, but the history is a legend. So, you know.
I mean, you could just be like me and believe it's all interdimensional. Yeah, they're just interdimensional beings just hanging out, and then everything's real.
And there's part of me that is perfectly okay with that, because I also don't think that we could have not seen a great ape or even a chimpanzee living in the wilderness of Pennsylvania. Where do they go in the wintertime? When all the leaves are off the trees and we can see right through the forest like I can right now. There's not a damn thing back there that I can't see. I see turkeys right through the forest. I see my deer walking right through the forest because there's no underbrush. There's nothing there.
Oh, because they live at the bottom of the mountain, Kiki. You're too high up on your ivory tower to see them.
You know what, Logan? I appreciate the fact that you recognize that I live in an ivory tower. I thank you.
The queen of everything.
You're my favorite.
She can see the horizon, but
Don't tell Ben.
not down to the peasant.
Unless he brings tribute.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find out your answer. I don't see anything right now that says any specific time of the year, but that is a really good. See, we think about these things while we're recording.
Right.
But there's a lot of like nighttime sightings and road sightings.
And that's just a hairy child, you see it at night,
An 80-pound hairy child running around.
Well, and like, I hate to be that guy, but did they ever catch those 3 monkeys that got loose from the truck?
Yes.
They
I was
did?
literally asked
Yes.
that. I thought there was still one that was loose.
No, they got them all. You can't look up anything about Albatwitch without monkeys also coming up, apparently, because it's the first damn thing that came up.
Yeah.
All
like,
monkeys caught.
How many like sightings are just chimpanzee escaped from zoo? Like, but the zoo didn't want to like admit that a chimpanzee got away, or the circus or whatever the fuck. I'm just saying, because they are very like chimp-like in looks.
I mean, do you think all zookeepers around Pennsylvania are that inept at keeping their chimpanzees?
Have you?
I'm
just saying, like, it could have just been one chimp that got out because a lot of the sightings I'm seeing reported, at least kind of within the last 100 years, were between the 50s and 70s. And I don't know. I could believe it that a chimp got out and maybe it wasn't. Some of the sightings could have been a chimp.
That seems more far-fetched to me than an actual small Bigfoot in the woods.
Right. That's the big argument that a lot of people would bring up back in the day. And again, Tim Renner compiled a bunch of articles in a couple of his books that are just alleged Bigfoot sightings. And there are so many of them from very, very long time ago that will say
We're talking like late 1800s, 1900s. I read that book, by the way.
a lot of the articles will say, "Oh, well, a gorilla escaped from the zoo," or it was a chimpanzee that ran away from the circus, or stuff like that. But it's like, how many gorillas do you think were in America at the time that escaped from the zoo? And I get like in the 50s and 70s, like, sure, it's possible, but
They used the honor system in the 50s. They're like, don't go anywhere, Mr. Chimpanzee.
no, I'm saying, like, I don't know. I feel like that's something that, like, you can't not cover that in the news. So, like, to just randomly say, like, oh, it was a chimpanzee that ran away, it's like, that doesn't really hold up at all. You don't have any proof of anything running away. Those things, back when the sightings started, were excruciatingly expensive. Like, people just weren't bringing them over here willy-nilly. Like, I would feel that even in the 50s and 70s, like, chimps were not easy to...
No.
Like,
Cord. We established how cheap it really was to buy a monkey in the 1960s and 70s.
a monkey.
Well, those were
yes.
Yeah, that's a monkey, not a chimp.
Yeah,
To be
chimp,
fair.
no.
I mean,
I don't know.
I'd have to do a whole separate. Oh my god, I have to do a whole separate thing on it. But let's be
Here
serious.
we go.
I know what the difference between an upright walking creature and a fucking chimpanzee. Most people do. See, that's where I go. Well, I have to go with Tim on it. That if somebody says that they saw this thing that is like standing on 2 feet and walking around with flat feet, walking straight. And it turns around and its hair, the face is hairy, the eyes glow yellow. That also seems to be another like big thing with these. And I want to believe that people in general at this time, because I mean, some of these sightings are like in the 1990s. This isn't, like that long ago. They know what a chimpanzee looks like. They know what a gorilla looks like. A fucking gorilla is way bigger than this, BT dubs.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say gorilla.
In the 90s, we watched Jumanji, so we saw them riding around on the motorcycle. We knew exactly what they looked like.
So I'll also say in like defense of it probably not being a chimp or a primate that escaped is there's not really any zoos down that way.
Yeah, chimpanzees are also only like 3 feet tall, even like kind of standing up.
Which is under 4 foot, ma'am.
Yeah.
Which is the description of an
they
average.
say they're 4 feet tall. They're at least 4 feet tall.
It said under 4 foot tall.
Okay.
They're about one kiki tall, okay?
I'm going to get kicked off this podcast for being right.
No, you definitely won't be kicked off for being correct.
Exactly.
Oh, Logan. There's a Loganville, PA.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
You should move there. They got a Mama's Pizza, and that's about it.
So it's easy to take over, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. Like, I don't know, with any paranormal site with like cryptids and stuff, the answer that's like the quote unquote scientific answer, or that skeptics say, never feels satisfying. If they're saying the Albatwitch is a chimp, like, that doesn't feel right, with, it's an owl with Mothman, or with the Kelly Hopkinsville goblins, it just never feels right. So that's why I always think there's more credence to it being something at least slightly paranormal, or something to that effect, because it's just, nothing ever satisfies in a site.
Sometimes it opens, kind of like what you said, it opens a lot more questions than it, like, closes.
Mm-hmm.
How did that chimp get loose? How did no one know that there was a loose chimp? Why wasn't that being investigated? Crap like that.
Right.
It's a fair argument to make that it doesn't really satisfy most people who are curious, for sure.
I know I like to go with Occam's razor a lot, but like with a lot of paranormal stuff, like I'm not sure if there is the simplest answer,
Yeah, it's hard to really whittle down what is the simplest answer a lot of times.
That's why I love cryptids. That's a big reason why I love it. It's like you just never quite know
until you like actually find it and capture it and hold it hostage in your garage until the people in black suits come and take you away. And what?
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 That was about to get really kinky, I feel.
We're also looking at the same thing that we see like in other places with Bigfoot sightings, is that Chickies Rock is a paranormal sighting place. It's not just these little guys. People have all kinds of weird ass shit happen to them. This is only one thing. There's actually a book Rick Fisher wrote about some of the incidences at Chickies Rock. It's called Ghosts of the River Towns. So, and he's pretty prominent in the research circles here in Pennsylvania. He'll probably be at the Albatwitch Festival, for example. Yeah, and his incident happened in February. So, yeah, this month. Maybe close to the date that we're about to drop this episode about the Albatwitch. So, synchronicity or just I don't know. Anyway, yeah, is it mating season for animals? I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't that the thing where like winterish time is like when the world like it's easier for spirits to cross over? Or am I wrong?
Technically, yes. The veil begins to lift during Samhain, and then it gets thinner and thinner as the winter goes on. So also heathen
So
tradition.
if they are like interdimensional, maybe that's a thing. I don't know. I'm stretching.
I don't know, but it's interesting. This seems to be happening a lot where there's multiple things going on. Like some people might feel ghosts and they see Albatwitch and they also see UFOs and it's fun to talk about.
So what you're getting at are that Albatwitch are aliens, and the ghosts that they're seeing are like the mid-teleportation Albatwitches, right?
Hell yeah.
As they're like teleporting from the spacecraft to the land. That's what they're seeing when they see a ghost.
Yes, Cord, that's 100% accurate. The
I'm on board. Hell yeah.
the vans are on their way to your home.
Oh no!
You're gonna be abducted.
Oh no!
What if what you're seeing is the ghost of an extinct primate?
Oh
Ooh.
shit.
Like a person, because we're primates.
Oh God, JC, can I just punch
Hey.
your face right in like through this?
Did you just actually ghosts?
Well, we have the ghost baboons, right, up in the Poconos,
Yeah,
and the ghost
right?
monkeys.
Uh-huh.
Why can't we have
Yeah.
ghost? Why can't we have ghost Bigfoot down in Lancaster?
Yeah. Well, ghost Albatwitch. I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know about Bigfoot. Bigfoot might be
Bigfoot,
like a whole other
Albatwitch.
thing. I don't know.
It could be. I would say a strong chance that it is, but
Oh, for fuck's sake. Jeremy, what now?
what is?
Oh
this?
no, I found a Spooky Nook farm.
Oh my God, JC, are you actually like doing bullshit on the side while you're supposed to be like?
No, I was looking
talking?
up zoos, right, in the
okay.
Lancaster
All right.
area,
That's fair.
and
That's
when
fair.
I zoomed in enough, right, because they have alpacas and llamas, and I know Cord likes alpacas and llamas, so I shared it to him because I care about him and his interest.
I don't
Kiki.
just.
We're in
I
the
don't
middle of
just-
recording an episode.
I don't just like alpacas and llamas, JC.
You love them.
I love them.
And they make
Oh,
alpaca product. Like,
How do you
alpaca
feel
fur
about
product.
capybaras?
They're too
Oh,
big.
they're so cute though.
Oh, I love
They're cute.
capybaras.
Nah, they're fine. My girlfriend sends me videos of them all the time and says, "Please." And I'm like, "No, we have a dog. We're fine."
Oh, look at my one niece absolutely loves capybara. She even got like a stuffed one for Christmas.
Aw, my next tattoo is going to be a capybara tattoo.
Sweet,
So I'm looking up this Cheeky's Rock. This place looks awesome.
right?
Yeah. Is that a river that's around it, or is that like in the middle of a lake? Like, what's going on here?
That's the Susquehanna.
Okay.
Better be, because if it's not, I don't fucking know. I'm like, I hope that's the fucking river. Yeah, it's the Susquehanna. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Highway 30 goes through there. We have a Highway 30 here. I could just take that all the way there.
Yeah, just start driving now.
All right, I'm just gonna put it out there. So when we start an actual like going out to places not in Pennsylvania necessarily, Logan, you're just kind of invited now to be part of the Cryptid Boys. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll just call you that till. Oh, there we go. That's the show. That's the YouTube show. The Cryptid Boys, spelled Boiz.
Yes.
my
I'm in.
God.
Cord's in too.
I don't even have a choice.
I know.
No,
They spelled it B-O. You said B-O-I-Z?
Yes,
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't have a choice. I have to.
you have to do it. It's like you have to.
100%.
You could have matching uniforms with fedoras.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
When we call everyone we go past, it's just me, lady.
My
Or
lady.
sir.
Are you wearing trench coats too?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I'm officially out.
No, I'm asking the question. Doesn't have to be. I was just thinking of fedoras and like your cryptid detectives. And you gotta talk from like the 1930s. See, ma'am, have you seen any cryptids lately? Okay, I'm off the rails now.
No, I'm into it. I like it. Newsflash: Albatwitch spotted.
There you go.
That's how we start conversations and interviews. Just go up to somebody, newsflash. They're so confused, they don't know what to do, and then we punch them in the face and mug them.
Wow, JC, God, genocide, muggings.
They're two very completely different
What is it with
things.
you today? Well, you're definitely chaotic.
I never said I wasn't.
Thank you. Thank you.
I never said I was
Chaotic
lawful
something.
good.
Okay.
I never said I was good.
We're gonna wrap up Albatwitch. I think we have more questions now than we did at the beginning of the.
Yeah, we might have to do part 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of this. At this rate.
This definitely has like an unsolved mysteries feel to it.
Yeah.
What is it? The end.
All right. So today's musical guest is Deep Tissue from Philadelphia, and this is a song called "Liminal Space." Anyway, when we get back, we will catch up with Logan here and his goings on, and any Spooky Squad news and shout outs. So, welcome back. We're talking about ska.
Hell yeah.
Why not?
I'll never turn my back on ska.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you didn't get hit by an apple while listening to that song.
God. I wish I was hit by an apple right now. Just bam,
Cord,
I don't know.
Cord, you make podcasting seem so easy. How do you do it?
I do the hard part. All Kiki does is all Kiki has to do is make it good. That's
One day, I'm gonna release a raw audio.
Oh,
We're gonna
God,
raw
no.
dog it, and it's gonna be so bad.
Oh God, no! Please don't.
It's gonna be see. That's the power that I have. That is why I'm in my ivory tower on my fucking mountain. But I love you guys. You're great.
I think if by now, if any listener doesn't think that you're the one doing most of the editing, and me and JC are literally just
fucking around,
the little gremlins that are shuffling around in the courtyard.
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna make the final cut, but you guys did like a 10-minute argument over whether Pennsylvania has valleys and hills and stuff. Like...
To be fair, I was right.
I do research. I do research. All right. I'm not dumb.
I found out tonight that the only way to get me to do research is to get me into an argument about something, and then I will look it up to prove that I am right.
I have to actually challenge you as a human being, and then you will do research. So now every episode, I'm going to challenge you. Just so you look something up.
You do realize, JC, I have the ability to just cut out the words, and then I was right. Like, completely.
You do, yes. You
don't
do have
expect
those.
That. Don't expect those words to actually be in this episode. Or I'm just gonna tell
The
you
thing is, though, I'll still know that I was right.
That's fine.
So
yeah, sure. I'll let you believe it. That's fine. There'll be no proof other than in your own head.
That's what matters.
Right? Okay. So anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
This is going to be like a 15-minute long episode.
Yeah, Albatwitches are things in Pennsylvania. Goodbye.
Albatwitch, what are they? We don't fucking know. Do your own research.
It's gonna be me saying the word Albatwitch, me saying the word apples 7 times, and then the episode just ends with the music just fades to black and nothing afterwards.
I am deceased. Oh my god. All right, so Logan, you are going to be our guest DM this month for our Cord versus Cryptid, and you guys just finished wrapping up season 2, right? God, I hope it's season 2 because now it's
Yeah, you got
okay.
it. You got
God
it.
damn it! I was
How
like,
far
fuck.
behind are you? Oh my goodness.
I know. I still have to listen to the last episode. I'm working on it. It's I was building up.
Oh, it's gonna be good. I hope we don't let you down. Honestly,
Hell no.
like it's a lot easier to podcast when I think I'm only podcasting for like 5 people. You being one of them.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Even though, like, you know, we're obviously not, but it's like, it's just so much easier where it's like, what's going to make Kiki laugh? And I just try to do that the entire episode.
If that's true, and your podcast is as good as it is, yeah. Keep just keep doing that. It's working well. It's working out great.
But yeah, thank you so much for having me. Cord and I have already recorded the encounter with the Albatwitch. It went pretty well. Gave Cord a couple moral dilemmas, so hopefully that'll come out well. Don't listen to the last one with Ben because that's going to set your expectations way too high when you listen to this one with me. So, because Ben is a professional DM that he does on my show and he knocks it out of the park, and I do my best.
Do great. Shut up. You had some fantastic ideas. I can't wait for everybody to listen to it because it did turn out like really freaking cool. So
really long too.
As a player, I had fun, and that's what really matters.
Right.
That's true. That's what I aim for when I DM.
Well, I was gonna say, besides just wrapping up season 2 of Tales of Thurne, you still have your other podcast going, Godzilla, Destroy All Podcasts.
Yes, that is a monthly podcast where my buddy Charles and I just talk about different kaijus, kind of like how we did here. We talked about like the abilities and appearances of the Albatwitch. We do that with different Godzilla monsters and kaiju. It's a ton of fun. It's just monthly, but you can find that anywhere you look for podcasts at Godzilla Destroy All Podcasts. We're also on Instagram at Godzilla DAP, where whatever kaiju we talk about, I do like a little fun, like, here's the history fact about this kaiju.
I always thought I knew a lot, and then I listened to your podcast and it's like, oh shit, there's a whole bunch of little tidbit facts that I love that I didn't know. So thank you.
I mean, there's even stuff we cut out because there's like, you know, for example, we did like Mecha Godzilla, and it's like there's so much extra stuff that like we just like we don't need to bring that up because that's, you know, like the video game lore or that's the comic book lore, and it's like let's just keep it to the movies.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I do hope that at some point you go back and consider maybe doing those other lores though, because you guys are great and you play off each other really well, and I love it.
He is one of my oldest friends, so I'm glad the banter holds up and not just us like, you know, having fun. I mean, we're having fun, but at least other people find it entertaining.
I'll have to listen to the podcast and then demand to be on it.
I would love. We're branching out to have some guests. I would love to have you on, Cord, because I know you're a big kaiju fan, and Kiki, also you.
Yeah, you're like also you.
also you.
Not on the same episode. You get out of here.
You're like, oh yeah, you too. Whatever.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on your show. But yeah, Lost Legends Season 2 just wrapped. It's a long episode. We recorded, it was almost 4 hours long. I cut it down to just over 3. Really proud of this season. If you like just a good story and you're not even a big D&D fan, you just want to hear a good story, check it out. You got about 50 episodes to really binge through if you want to do that.
As someone who has tried desperately to listen to other podcasts doing D&D, honestly, yours is the only one that I'm still like in it. And it's because the story is so great. And you guys do a great job with your characters. They're very funny and interesting and intriguing, and they've grown, and it's very, very cool, guys. You like, dear listeners, please, I tell you all the time, go listen to freaking Tales of Thurne. You're not going to be disappointed.
Thank you so much. Ben's definitely put us through the ropes as characters, so we have no other option but to grow. Yeah, character development's been a lot of fun.
Man, we're still only at 68 listens on Ghost Sex. I'm very disappointed in I wanted to screenshot that 69, just so I could be a baby about it. So we released Soil Sessions #1, which was our January planting session. I didn't get too witchy on that one because Cord and I wanted to introduce you guys to like what we're actually growing and what our gardens look like, et cetera, so that you have an idea going forward, like what our setups are. We have a lot of listens already on this episode. Apparently people like us talking about plants.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
More.
They can dig it.
Haha. So what you did. Got him.
Say it's really growing an audience.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. One could say that we're sort of sowing the seeds for more listens down the road.
Really putting your roots down for the future.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, so we can branch out in other directions.
I said I'm done.
I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone, Cord.
Those jokes were pretty corny.
I'm out.
JC, you don't even like plants.
Really sticking
Yeah.
it to them, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why?
And that's not true. It's not that I don't like plants. I'm like my mom in the fact that any plant I touch dies. So I just stay away from them because I respect the fact that they should live. And I don't help.
All right, guys. Well, I don't really have any other Spooky Squad news.
We are now taking applications for a new host because after today's episode and all the fights I got into, I'm being kicked off. So that's that.
That's not true.
It's
Then
not
I'd
true.
have-
We're not taking applications because Cord's taking over.
Yeah.
Cord has to stay the co-host. Or you need another co-host. There has to be 3.
So Logan, you're not busy, right?
If we kick you off, I have no one to make fun of. So
This is true.
That's fair.
You're essential.
That's what my job tells me.
All right, guys. So taking us out once again today is a fantastic band from Philadelphia. They're called Deep Tissue. You can go find all their stuff on bandcamp.com. Today's song is called Liminal Space. Stay spooky and don't die. But if you do, contact us.
So they're going to take a video of themselves performing ASL saying, "What up, Buttercup?" That's how I'll know they're a real ghost.